Hello and welcome to Cursed Content Club, the only club where we really do our research. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Dan and Bob Video Games from GigaBoots.com.
You know, this was a powerful E3 presentation with powers, but it didn't have the powerhouse known as Jim Lee behind it, so it wasn't funny enough.
Oh my god. I like Jim Lee. He draws lots of unnecessary lines on everything.
This is very powerful.
And
great.
Kino Z Excelente from KinoRawGoatswag.com.
Brian Michael Bendis looks like Kingpin.
He really does. We're watching Powers, that thing that they spent 45 minutes on at E3 2014 because it's E3 week. We also really did our research because we watched the first episode of Heroes before fucking doing this.
More specifically, at least 40 minutes of the first episode of Heroes, which is presumably, I think, an hour and a half long.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a TV movie length, so we watched the first episode length.
Yeah.
So we watched a show that preceded this show by 8 or 9 years. Yeah, it would have been 9 years.
Yes.
You see, it made sense to watch a superhero TV show, live action, and I remember liking Heroes because I watched it and then forgot to watch it when it got bad, and then learned that and then stopped watching it.
Now, obviously, Powers is going to be worse than Heroes. I don't think any of us have any delusions of the opposite.
Dan kept making me scared. He's like, look at all these really well-timed shots and people and sets. And that was making me nervous.
I'm like, look at this set. See how it's a set. See how there are people on the set. See how they're acting. And this is made on film and well exposed. Do not get used to that.
And then you're like, look, it's in a public place and not in a back alley.
Now, the real question is, will this be better or worse than The Greatest American Hero, the superhero comedy series from the 80s?
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, I don't know.
You've never heard of The Greatest American Hero?
No, you saying that just now is the first time I've ever heard of it.
Huh.
Man, I have the theme song to that series burnt into my fucking brain.
Sounds like I lucked out, maybe.
Maybe.
It's the one that
Maybe
goes,
aggro,
believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
Oh, that one.
Well, I mean, that's a song, yeah.
This dumb motherfucker.
I've never seen this.
One moment, let me... Oh,
What the fuck is that?
I've never seen this. What in the hell? Phil could be yanking all of our chain and we wouldn't
No,
know.
this is real. This is real. Oh man, we're gonna have to do cursed content on Greatest American Hero.
I hate you.
No.
It's real good. I think they're rebooting it,
So here's what I think is the interesting philosophical question for people to ask themselves while watching Powers.
Okay.
Is this, categorically speaking, supposed to fit in the same industry, the same genre, the same format as Heroes the television show? Or is Powers supposed to be compared to the Nostalgia Critic movies?
I thought that we were supposed to compare it to NCIS.
Oh, that's still not fair.
I mean, it's not, but I thought that's what they were going for.
It's true. NCIS reins itself in a lot compared to Heroes. Heroes has money.
I think that's fair then. You have the grid.
I'm trying to
You have the
think.
grid. It's a line, a large horizontal line. One side is a Nostalgia Critic film. The other side is NCIS. And we have to say, where is it? Is it really close? Is it like in the middle?
I think it's funny because I think you can watch any episode of Bones and be like, yeah, they spent 2 to 3 times as much money on this as they did Powers. A show about people with special power.
Can we watch Bones after this, just on our own time?
No.
No.
No, because then she'll be
God.
rude to Spider-Man and won't let him deliver the pizza.
Holy shit, that was her. I'm gonna fucking die.
Now, will this be worse, better, or worse than the only thing I can think to compare it to? Code Lyoko Evolution, the live-action Code Lyoko sequel.
What?
I've also not seen that.
What?
Of course you haven't, because the live action stuff was French only.
I'm just like, this seems like it's on the same power scale as Power.
No, I don't think they have the cool CG stuff that Code Lyoko's got.
Let me put it into perspective for people. Okay. When we bought our fancy camera they actually use on film sets, the cheapest one you could buy, it was like $1,000. Years and years and years ago, like 8 years ago, I had to learn to color correct and color grade because the footage doesn't come out of it looking correct. You have to correct it yourself. Even after only doing this for 1 or 2 years, I immediately hated how horrible the show was color corrected and color graded. I cannot imagine how modern Dan will look upon its deeds. It's like someone at Sony had a gun and said, no, use our video cameras. They look good. And then they handed it to a chop shop. Yeah, it's
now I'm just imagining us watching Titans, where that shit was always color corrected to just be blue at all times.
Don't fucking talk about Titans. Shut the fuck up about Titans.
Titans looks like it has a higher budget.
Yeah,
than
by
the trailer I
by
watched.
the end of this, you'll wish this was Curse Contact Club Titans.
No. I might wish it was Cursed Content
No,
Club
I
Arrow
would.
or Flash or Supergirl. Any of those. Or Smallville.
or Smallville,
Any of those.
but ironically.
God, Smallville's would be delightful because fucking Deacon Days Gone is in it.
Oh
That's
my
true.
God.
I would love to be like, okay, we're watching the Smallville episodes where Deacon Days Gone is Doomsday.
Oh my God.
Doomsday?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Wow.
It's on the list. Don't worry about it.
Oh, thank God. All right,
I'm
we
ready.
watched it. Let's
Yeah.
watch-
Yes,
If
we're
people
gonna go watch Powers, and if you'd like to watch Powers with us, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/GB podcast. For as little as $5 a month, you get access to many benefits, such as the commentary track for Powers, which we're about to go watch, extended armchair dev pitches where you can hear our ideas before we made them evil, and early access to Mondo Cool and Chugging Bleach, our 2 anime review podcasts. That's patreon.com/GB podcasts.
For anyone who's curious, we are watching the first 3 episodes, which are available to stream on Amazon Prime, and we will be watching the versions that include the recaps to pad out the time.
Woo!
So that way it matches with the stream version. So we're putting up with that for you.
That means we're going to watch over 2 hours of Powers.
Ooh, the 2 hours power hours.
Great.
See you at the TV show.
And we're back. Powers is a 2015 show. The only definitively true statement about it you will remember, no matter how much you watch of it or read about it, is that it is a television show. So, Dan, what did you think of Powers?
Powers feels like your brain dying. That first episode was really bad, but less and less interesting things happen, and after being subjective to over 2 hours of its excuse for dialogue, my brain just stopped. As you said, normally I'm pretty good at remembering tiny little bits and details of various terrible parts of terrible things we've watched, but it's fading. And it's so bad. I'm gonna give this a -5. It literally mentally hurts to watch this show for any period of time. It is so unbelievably stupid about all of its tropes and all of its character, and every line of dialogue is slop. I thought I would be more positive on this time around. I thought maybe I'd come around, because here's the thing. I was like, maybe it was unfair to compare it to Heroes. No, it's unfair to compare it to things you should enjoy. That's it.
Casey, what do you think?
You know, I can't remember the last time we did a commentary in which we went like 3 minutes not saying a word, and then I had to say, Dan, are we stuck in a trance?
Yeah.
That was bad. It had everything I don't want. Terrible dialogue, nothing happening, and prominent, terrible white women. I'm giving it a -5.
She's going to write a nasty Yelp review, though.
God.
And
that's what true power is.
That's what the true power is. That's how people without powers can have powers. That's what true power is.
Yes, that's what makes powers really scary.
And being an influencer.
Yes.
Hob.
This show is like a miserable pile of tropes. Every single thing you think you've heard about from a comic book is in here and done worse than ever.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, its effects are only a hair better than a guy with the glasses review.
Guy with the glasses review.gov.
That's his name.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I'm giving this a -5. Like it's really, really reprehensible. And really thinks it's smart and mature, and it comes off as so stupid.
You know, I have a quick question for anyone. Okay? This is something I didn't think of until this one moment. Can anyone actually recall how any of the music in the 3 whole episodes we watched sounded like?
There was music?
No. Yeah, not a fucking chance.
I try to remember any song from all 3 episodes, and all I hear is bassy club bass. You know, just distant thudding. That's it.
Ask me to remember my own birth, Dan. That would be easier.
It's nuts.
It's not often. What was it, like 8 or 9 times someone had to say, "What is this dialogue?"
It's sometimes, guys, you don't understand. There's bad dialogue, and then there's powers.
We should make a statement. You're right. I know a place.
Yeah, it's like, we need to make a statement. Okay, I have a place that we should go to. And it's like, wait, what? I know of a place for statements? What is that? And then when you find out what the place is, it's even more insane.
If you're familiar with what Brian Michael Bendis dialogue sounds like, imagine someone really stupid trying to write that. That's a good interpretation of the dialogue. Also, I'm also giving this a -5. It genuinely almost causes brain death. Just the longer time goes on, the less you be able to think. But we have to get up to our segments.
God help us.
We're gonna change up the order this time. We're gonna start with worst character. But KZ can go first.
Okay. This is rough.
I feel like this is one of the most generous categories that we get to do today because
every character, man.
Because characters are everywhere that suck, and scenes are ephemeral.
Yeah. I'm going with Callista. That's the white girl character in this.
Yeah, with the fluoride stare.
The one that I thought was an Olsen.
Yes.
Yes.
Because of the fluoride stare.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, she's the focus somehow of these episodes, or at least is forced to be in most of it. And she's really bad. And every scene just kind of makes me slowly disintegrate. I was thinking that she would become irrelevant after one episode and they move on to something else, but no.
We're sticking with her. She's our big, important character that's very mature.
The show is apparently about a battle for her soul from 3 idiots who have no business owning her soul. I don't...
From 3 groomers.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is one big Discord server.
Oh.
How terrible.
Oh. Fucking retro girl puts on the Nazi thigh highs.
She'll hang out with the dude whose superpower was being a white supremacist, like Bob said.
He didn't have a superpower. He wanted the superpower of white supremacy. He didn't actually have it. I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna go with Retro Girl because she's terrible, and her just shoving a teenager onto her ass when she has super strength out of nowhere really left bad taste in my mouth. You went from a bad character to me really hating you.
Yeah.
So it's what the fuck is wrong with you?
I like how there's no argument against any character in this. It's no, they're all terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's she starts out as, I'm the professional woman hero who's more mature and realistic. And I made a joke because her house is full of pictures of herself. I make the joke that she's just insanely narcissistic. That seems to be actually deliberate based on some of the behavior, but I hesitate to say anything in the series is deliberate. But yeah, Retro Girl is really bad. Dan.
Okay, so here's my approach, okay? In these 3 episodes, I feel like we should have connected more to Walker. Does anyone else feel like that?
Yes, 100%. We should relate to him on any level beyond him. He shouldn't come off like an irrational drunk.
He comes off.
Be nice. He passed out on a roof.
He comes off as thin-skinned, narcissistic, violent, and completely self-centered in a way that's dangerous to other people. And unlike BoJack Horseman, he is not likable in the fucking least. There's no quality of our main character, Walker, aka Diamond, who is enjoyable in the least. His portrayal on screen is a man trying to act his heart out in most scenes. In other scenes, he seems to be missing what the script is going for, if you could say it's going for anything. It's miserable. It's really sad that our protagonist is so unlikable. I cannot, there are countless terrible people who do terrible things in this, and he is one of them for sure. But it's even worse that you don't see any humanity in him. They tried to humanize Johnny Royale, which, God, that name, more than our main character. And I think they succeeded just slightly by giving him this unbelievably stupid, incredibly unreal levels of poorly filmed backstory. Jesus. Yeah, so that's my vote, Walker.
It's a good pick. He sucks.
And he's there always.
Yeah, he never leaves. Well, unless the other girl's there. It's KZ's pick.
That's true.
And they're both so bad.
Yep.
Bob.
It was real tough.
Yeah. Bob, who's your pick now that it's a wasteland?
Yeah, no, you guys picked the worst ones for sure. But they're all bad. Now I'm debating between the sidekick character, because she's pretty bad and inconsistent constantly.
She's barely a character.
Yeah, she just is there just few lines that you expect from the rookie sidekick, like the partner that gets put with the hard guy.
Yeah, one of the worst of these types of characters I've ever seen.
Yeah,
the worst, not one of the worst. She has to be the worst.
Okay.
Yeah,
Casey, what? Say
I will not fight you on this.
I know, but I just what is a single thing about her a single aspect of her personality?
Her eyes get big sometimes.
Okay. Bob has to find his choice now. I'm sorry we had to go on a detour.
I think I'll just stick with her because the other one that was coming to mind was the wife of what was the guy?
Olympia.
I was gonna call him Maximo. But the life of Olympia,
From Ghost to Glory,
who's only in one scene, but it's just all about her having sex in the 70s, and I'm like, can we not do this?
So here's
I don't
the
even
thing.
remember that shit. It's gone.
Olympia's wife is the most human and real any of these people are in this entire show, because it's some bitch who, in her later years, talking about how she used to enjoy getting fucked up on drugs and eating ass.
Yes.
I feel like that customer goes into the Publix a lot. I don't know.
It doesn't matter that her husband cheats on her and does drugs, because he made them rich and he's still a good lay.
Yeah. That's more humanity than most of these characters.
That's true. There's any level of storytelling and character development there. That's why she was only in one scene.
Yeah, we had to limit her. She would start outshining the rest of the cast as across countless scenes. She keeps talking about eating ass and getting fucked in her 60s.
But yeah, the sidekick character, she's just awful.
What is her name?
You talking about Callista or Dina. You're talking about Dina who transfers to the Powers division because she loves Diamond, I guess. She's like, "Oh, I admire your work. Now I will never listen to anything you say."
I come from the division that is really careful and always avoids powers and is very cautious around them. Oh, also, I will be the first to leap into danger against the powers.
Yeah,
this
it's
makes
insane.
sense.
So
It's nuts.
and on top of that, remember that scene we tried to do to show that she was rash, where out in the public park they tried to jump a power, and everyone on the team jumps the power first, all at the same time, and then she jumps in and she gets owned by his eye lasers, and they go, "Why did you do that, you dumb bitch?" And I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yep. Really great storytelling here.
I felt something.
No, you didn't. I can confirm, living through that commentary, no one felt anything.
I was pretty angry.
No, I felt a little joy at something in episode 3. That's about it.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Me too. Pretty dumb.
Now we have to go on to an even more dire category, the best character.
Fuck.
I'm going to start Johnny Royale.
Okay.
When they're not trying to make us relate to him, he's kind of funny. His power makes a hilarious sound effect because he can teleport, and they have like a cartoon boink sound when he teleports. Also, the pettiness of stealing Walker's ties for no reason other than to upset him is delightful. Also, he was the center of the funniest shot of the 3 episodes we saw, where he had a flashback as a child, and we gotta save it for scenes, but he's the center of one of the best scenes in the 3 episodes we watched. Also, his name is hilarious. Okay, Casey, your turn.
In the first episode, the detective that works with the main character that gets brutally killed, he's my favorite character.
Do you have more, or is that it?
He was able to escape, and I wasn't.
I mean,
he gets thrown really hard against a pillar, and the blood splatter stays there for the rest of the episodes.
yes, like if you think about it, he's in every episode because of his brain splatter on that pillar.
He's always there because
they're like,
they're
how do we
slobs.
say it's understaffed and underpaid here? They don't clean up the blood.
What an idiotic
What
show.
a fucking unbelievably stupid show. I just... Bones is fucking brilliant compared to this.
Oh, yeah. Bob.
Every other line in Bones is #girlboss, and it's brilliant compared to this.
Eric, you want to hang out and watch Bones with us?
God, that would be an upgrade compared to fucking...
Okay, best character. Oh, man. I had somebody, I swear.
Did you?
Oh, yeah, Trip Hammer.
Okay, that's fair.
His voice modulation's hilarious. And his prosthetic arms look really bad.
It's really good.
His voice modulation that comes from the strap over his chin.
Yes. And his hammer that looks like it's made of styrofoam.
Yes.
He's genuinely terrible, but it's really funny.
Dan, I'm sorry, you have to go last.
Olympia's wife. If this fucking show, 3 episodes straight of meeting weirdos like that would have been a pretty good watch.
Yes, something would have been better than nothing.
Because eventually, I feel like we would have run into that guy who's in all of the Adam Sandler films, the Hello Fellow Kids. We would have just run into that guy playing some dirtbag.
What, Buscemi?
Yeah, Buscemi. We would have run into Steve Buscemi just being like, "Oh yeah, no, I kill people for fun. I don't even know why anymore." There's just there's a real air to that dialogue where both people talking to Olympia's wife want to get out.
That was his character in Con Air. God.
And she just keeps going. She just keeps talking about it. She's like, "I can give you the measurements on Olympia's penis if you want." And they're like, "Please."
I gotta go.
Please stop, man.
Please stop, ma'am. Okay, this one should be easier. Worst scene, Bob.
Oh, man. First. Oof. Okay.
Worst? Oh, no.
There are many. Okay, let's see. I have to try and remember this show.
Yeah, that's a fucking tall order.
The scene where Callista, is that her name? Wannabe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where she finds the severed head of the dude who Johnny whatever killed.
Yeah, Johnny
Royale
Royale severs the head of Bug days earlier and apparently just leaves it on the street for days, I guess.
Yeah, it's in the same warehouse that she is hidden in for at least a full day until she walks 5 feet to the left.
She walks like 12 feet to the right or left or something, and it's just, oh.
There's a head.
There's a head, and then she screams and freaks out.
Yeah, one of the 3 sets.
And then
This was not real.
I wish.
Yeah.
She for some reason keeps going back to Johnny Royale after that. Figure that out.
Yeah, no, every character's bad. Every scene's bad.
Yeah.
Dan.
I think Bob's right. Every scene's bad. I've done my job here.
No, I'm sorry. That's not how the show works.
Damn it!
Okay. One moment. There are so many disappointing moments.
Yeah, you could choose literally any scene that nothing happens.
And no one could debate me that I was wrong.
Yeah, you just have to be able to remember a scene. Any of them.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to go ahead and say that park exercise where they went to tackle the electric dude, because it's like, you know, when you script in that this is supposed to be her going outside of procedure and doing something wrong, right? Which is clearly what they were trying to write. You don't make it look like high schoolers playing football for fun and just have everyone tackle the dude, and then when she does it, they all go, "What the hell's wrong with you? You did it wrong."
Yeah, it has some real older brother says he's going to pin you down and spit on you technique.
Yeah, it absolutely does have that level of grace. Also, the whole thing looks like Parking Lot Kingdom Hearts. It's a terrible sequence, and it makes no fucking sense. The fact that sequence exists.
The police are busting out brass knuckles to apprehend this guy.
I know, there are multiple layers.
I didn't understand what was happening.
Yeah, no, it was weird.
Oh yeah, that one dude had 2 batons, but then everyone ended up
just dogpiling him.
Yeah, dogpiling and like holding him.
He whips out the 2 batons and does like a Nightwing move.
Yes. But yeah, there's a lot going on there, and it's a real fucking shame that this thing's such a mess. Like, write a scene where it's clear what the procedure is and she did it wrong. Don't just have her tackle the same guy like everyone else did, and then everyone's mad at her. That was terrible.
I just remember that the scene that had those Powers jackets that looked really bad.
Yes, that scene is so unbelievably low rent. It's insane. And even worse, the scene's ramifications carry out into the rest of the episode when she talks to Walker and stuff. Oh, did you rush in? Yeah, everyone rushed in, Walker. You're all jackasses.
I'll go next. The scene at the end of the 3rd episode where Wolf, the like Deus Ex Machina villain character, people keep mentioning that he ate people. I really thought that would be some sort of effect, like related to his powers. No, Johnny Royale teleports in to find him hunched over a body with like almost a chainsaw sound playing and really bad looking blood splatter as he eats a guy, quote unquote. Because it's really just a shot of his back and him going, oh, la, 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 while that sound effect plays and really bad looking blood effects spews everywhere.
Great. That was up there for favorite scene because it almost tricked me into watching episode 4.
Oh, we have time after this. KZ.
No, we don't.
The scene in the first episode where they first show superheroes outside the window in the background.
Yeah, that looks really, really bad.
They look like animated sprites on a Angel Fire website.
It looked like City of Heroes.
They really blew their budget on episode 1.
They did.
Yeah, they were so small, and the way they were animated just looks like stuff you would see in someone's like template website or MySpace profile. I loved it, but it's also, man.
Well, now we have to do best scene, which is even harder. So Dan gets to go first.
Shit. Fuck. There's the scene where Johnny Royale dances on the dance floor, teleporting over and over. It looks so bad.
That is delightful.
It's conceptually hilarious, and they didn't cue the audience to the crowd to look where he's popping up. So they're just staring in random directions, clapping and cheering him on. It's unreal.
It almost gave me joy. Almost. Bob.
Okay, there's the scene in episode 1 where Johnny Royale teleports a man's head off.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's hilarious in how bad it looks. Literally,
Yes.
that's the only thing that helps me through this show. How incredibly bad these effects are.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the reason to watch it.
It shouldn't be on this level. This is worse than YouTube videos typically are.
Yeah. Remember that scene where the kid hovered?
I try not to.
There are like two of them, and they both look laughably terrible.
Remember when he took the super drug and then hovered and then shot up?
Yes.
Is that the one where they were watching it on Windows Media Player because they didn't want to make up a YouTube website?
Yes.
Oh.
KZ, you're up.
There's a scene where they played Infamous Second Son on a picture-in-picture thing while talking to Chaotic Chick. That was pretty good. That dude changed alignments 2 times in 15 seconds. That's not how that game works.
It was very impressive. And that wasn't Infamous Second Son, KZ. That was obviously a game about the main character, Diamond.
Yep. He was wearing Diamond's outfit. He was edited into Infamous Second Son for that shot.
I'm going to have a heart attack.
And he was like, I gotta find and beat up the supervillain who killed my dad in this game.
What a brilliant show.
Yeah, what a brilliant show. Oh God, I have to go last. Okay. So there's a scene where a black guy named Blue Magma is put into jail.
Yes.
Blue Plasma.
No, I think it was Blue Magma because he had fire powers. Now I have to Google this.
Who gives a shit?
It's important. It's important.
Really?
It's not even close to important, but apparently it is indeed Blue Magma. Anyway, so he like turns around and Trip Hammer is there in his Warhammer 40k Imperial Guard cosplay.
Yes.
With his Kylo Ren voice changer. He's like, do you wanna make amends for for you killing those kids? And Blue Magma's like, you're just gonna shoot me with some weirdo gun. I won't do that. So then Trip Hammer takes off all his clothes. Like he strips down to his boxer shorts. He's like, no, I just want to give you the chance to redeem yourself. You wanted to be a hero, but you couldn't, so you burned children to death, I guess. I really feel like there was supposed to be something here.
I guess he was trying to save children and burnt them to death. Who knows?
That's what I think, but who knows? Because they don't elaborate. But then he turns on. He's like, okay, I want you to test this, and he turns on a green lamp in the ceiling. If you've ever, I think it's Batman and Robin, the movie,
yes.
where
yes.
Mr. Freeze is in the jail cell that has the cold light.
Oh, yeah.
That he has to stay in because it's cold and he can't survive outside the cold. So it's like a blue light in his cell. So he turns that on, and Blue Magma walks into it and turns on his blue flame flowers that make him look like Electro from Amazing Spider-Man 2. And except, on a Channel Awesome budget. He's like, but they fade out. He's like, you turned off the fire. and then Trip Hammer says, I turned off the fire. And then he says, you turned off the fire again. And then his head explodes. with gold, like build engine level gore. It gets all over Trip.
Yeah, because his head turns on again. Like the fire effect turns on and just blows his own head up.
And I'm sure that goes somewhere at some point. I'm sure as fuck not going to watch more of this to find out where it goes. But that was my favorite scene.
I like the part of that scene where then he calmly talks to someone else with the gore all over his face.
While still naked.
Yes.
For 2 straight minutes.
Yes. Somebody's gonna watch Powers because of this fucking episode of this show, and we're all going to hell.
We're gonna have a podlord that's a Powers character.
No, that won't happen. Those don't exist.
That's true.
You're right. We didn't even do anything for the past 3 hours.
Now, does anybody have any final thoughts about Powers?
I'm surprised no one brought up that scene where Johnny Royale teleported to the ice tundra, and it was incredibly bad.
As a child, he was like, "Oh no, we need to escape your abusive parent. Let's get out of here. But we'll go to this island." And the little girl goes, "No, it will be cold there." And he's like, "No, it will be safe. Let's go." He teleports, and he's just green screened into stock footage of an Arctic tundra.
It's so bad.
It's
the worst looking thing by a million miles. It looked like Spy Kids 3D.
Hell yeah.
If you're sitting here thinking you're going to get something out of watching this for intellectual curiosity, you're wrong. Don't do it, audience.
We did all the preparation one could need. We watched half of an entire episode of Heroes from 2006. We watched the E3 presentation segment for Powers. It didn't prepare us.
This was embarrassing. Did Sony try to bury this almost immediately?
They did a second season, which was brave and confounding, honestly.
I think it was like a third of the way of it airing. They're like, yeah, it's done.
Spoilers. I've been looking at the TV tropes page for this fucking show while we did this episode, and apparently in the second season there's a flashback to a character killing Hitler.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my god. Okay.
No, nobody has ever seen it, and no one ever will. Least of all us.
Can you imagine how good their Hitler looks?
You know,
Hitler Powers TV show.
No.
Okay, yeah, you got to be real specific, otherwise you're gonna see fucking Hitler shooting Kamehamehas.
I doubt there's even a picture of it.
I was pretty critical of The Tester. The Tester's a much better show.
I found a clip.
No way.
I found a clip.
Give me a good screenshot here.
No, we're gonna watch it as soon as we end this episode, which is right now. If nobody has anything else to say,
I said my bit.
Yeah, do not watch this.
Do not
watch it.
Don't do it.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
KZ.
Leave me alone. Go away.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Cursed Content Club, everybody.